Today, the 29th of May, is the memorial of Saint Pope Paul VI, who was beatified and canonized by Pope Francis. Pope Paul VI was the one who closed the Second Vatican Council, which had been opened by Saint Pope John the 23rd in 1962. I was only 3 years old when Vatican II was convened. At naging Santo Papa si Pope Paul VI when I was about 5 years old. Ang tunay niyang pangalan ay Giovanni Battista Montini. He was already part of the special commission that was formed by Pope John the 23rd in 1961 in preparation for the launching of the Council of the Second Vatican Council before Christmas of 1962, which coincided with the 100th anniversary of the Council of Trent. You know, very early in his life and ministry as bishop, marami nang nagsasabi na Giovanni Battista Montini was a papabili, meaning a prospective papal candidate, kandidato sa pagkasanto papa. And yet, in spite of the fact that he worked in the Curia of the Holy See as a substitute Secretary of State for a long time under the papacy of Pope Pius XII, and was later appointed as Archbishop of Milan in Italy in 1954, Giovanni Battista Montini was known to have deliberately resisted what ambitious ecclesiastics regarded as a career path laid out for him because masyadong obvious na paborito siya ni Pope Pius XII. Pius XII had a great regard for him. So marami nang nagsasabing, naku, ikaw na ang susunod na Santo Papa. As Archbishop of Milan, however, he became very much involved in social justice issues, especially in labor issues. Kaya naging controversial siya. Nakisangkot siya sa mga usapin ng mga manggagawa in the context of labor unrests in his diocese involving labor unions that declared strikes in order to demand for just wages and humane living conditions, and sought his support as Archbishop of Milan, where the largest industries in Italy were operating. And he was also very much loved, not just by Catholics, kasi nag-reach out siya consciously to the Protestants, the Anglicans, even to the Muslims and the pagans and the atheists and the schismatics who had left the Catholic Church. He was reaching out to all of them. Parang tipo ni Pope Francis. And he engaged them in friendly dialogues. Ganyang klaseng karakter si Paul VI. Merong isang historian who did a careful research and found out that it was revealed by the Pope himself, Pope Pius XII, na-disappoint daw si Pope Pius XII kay Giovanni Battista Montini dahil ina-appoint siya na maging kardinal in 1952. Pero he refused it. He turned it down. And this was made public by Pope Pius XII himself. But that did not stop Pius XII from appointing him as Archbishop of Milan. Kasi traditionally, yung ginagawang Archbishop ng Milan ay ginagawa kagad na kardinal. Pero siya, hindi siya kardinal, inappoint siya as Archbishop of Milan. Dapat pala naging cardinal na siya as early as 1952, pero tinanggihan niya. Si Pius XII daw was consciously grooming him to become his successor, the next pope. Pero hindi interesado si Giovanni Battista Montini. Kasi he served Pope Pius XII and he witnessed the insurmountable challenges that Pope Pius XII had to face during the Second World War. Noon, substitute Secretary of State itong si Montini. And because of that, si Pius XII daw, noong tanggihan ang appointment niya, felt offended. Wala na siyang ginawang kardinal until the day he died. Well, sabi nila kung tinanggap kagad ni Montini ang appointment, he would have been the successor. In 1958, nung namatay si Pius XII at nagkaroon ng election ng bagong Santo Papa, he would have been elected. But, well, tinanggihan nga niya eh. At sino ang naging Santo Papa? John the 23rd, the one who opened the Second Vatican Council. It was already under the papacy of Angelo Roncalli, who chose the name John the 23rd, that Giovanni Battista Montini finally got pressured to accept the offer that was made to him earlier by Pius XII. So it was Roncalli, or John the 23rd, who finally convinced him to accept being made a cardinal. Hindi niya matanggihan si Roncalli because he regarded Roncalli, or John the 23rd, as a very dear friend. And apparently, John the 23rd expressed the need for help. Tulungan mo naman ako. Because he saw the talent and the intelligence of Montini. Because John the 23rd had a great project, and that was, he wanted to realize the profound process of renewal or reform in the Catholic Church by convening the Second Vatican Council. Visionary ang dating ni John the 23rd, pero nakita niya that the real planner was Montini. And so, pinersuade niya, tanggapin mo na, be a cardinal and help me. Montini was known as a silent worker, but practically acted as one of the real movers of Vatican II after John the 23rd. Not only did he complete Vatican II in 1965, he made the Synod of Bishops into a permanent institution, a project which is now being given a fuller expression by the current Pope, Pope Francis, in his Synod on Synodality. He has also published some of the best-known encyclicals. He signed his name on many Vatican II documents. And one of the theologians who knows him very well is our own Cardinal Chito Tagle. He was the one whom I immediately thought about. I mean, si Montini, who became Paul VI. Habang binabasa ko at pinagninilayan yung gospel reading natin for today, the one who immediately came to mind after reading about the ambition of James and John, sons of Zebedee, and their bold request na mabigyan sila ng positions of power and authority in the group of Jesus, the one who came to mind was a person who was the opposite because he was not ambitious. Si Paul VI. And then I was pleasantly surprised to find out, piyesta pa lang niya ngayon. So I said, oh, pinaisip talaga siya ni Lord sa akin so that I could offer this Mass as a memorial of Saint Pope Paul VI. Well, he was never attracted to power and never treated his close connections to two popes, Pius XII and John the 23rd, as a political capital for a sure career path to the papacy dahil hindi siya talaga career-oriented. He must have taken very seriously the reply of Jesus to the two ambitious brothers, James and John, "It shall not be so among you." Meaning Jesus himself was not very fond of ambitious ecclesiastics to lead the church. Sabi nila, it goes this way among those who eventually get elected as Pope. Yun daw masyadong atat, yun daw masyadong ambisyoso at gustong maging Santo Papa, yung mga kardinal na talagang nag-aambisyon na sila'y mahalal na Santo Papa, almost always, they come out of the conclave as cardinals, not as Pope. Alam nyo, atin-atin lang to I know of one very reluctant cardinal who is presently up there in the Curia. Mataas ang posisyon. And the foreign media and many overzealous admirers are too eager to get him to succeed the papacy after Pope Francis. Everyone is eager except him. And you know what? Itong cardinal na to, wala siyang ibang wish kundi matapos na yung term of office niya doon at makauwi in order to take care of his sick and aging parents. Sa totoo lang, wala namang kardinal na nasa tamang pag-iisip. Nobody in his right mind aspires to become Pope. Kung alam mo lang kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng maging Santo Papa, you've got to be crazy to aspire for that position. Believe me, it is the Lord who chooses the Pope for us. And He chooses those who are ready to suffer and die upside down like Saint Peter.